Welcome back, MTG Joe here. We got to Diamond Rank with the Jund Luris deck that we were playing the other day. That deck is very real and very much fun to play. So now we're going to be playing kind of an upgrade. So a while ago when Ikoria first came out, I did a couple budget decks, one of them being a blue-red Ominous Seas deck. I really liked that deck and was something that I played a lot, just like casually on the side. Basically, we want to get an Ominous Seas down and then cycle through our deck fairly quickly. We played Royale at the time. It wasn't very good. Just like 3 mana, gets hit by Teferi, gets bounced. It's kind of win more. Like if you can get it going, then you're kind of get ahead. But for the most part, wasn't really needed. Ominous Seas of note, doesn't get hit by Elspeth Conquer's Death. It's a good way to make a lot of tokens. Whenever you draw a card, you put a counter on it. So basically, the deck's kind of a mashup, and this is a tweaked version, like not so much budget consideration. We want to play a lot of spells, draw a lot of cards. So the way we do that is we have Opt, Radical Idea, and Thrill of Possibilities. You also have the Royal Scions, which lets you loot every turn. I don't like the Cathartic Reunion only because it requires you to have 2 cards in hand. So if you do run out of gas, then it's a little poor because then you can't really get ahead. You have to wait 2 extra turn cycles. We have 1 Maximized Velocity that can be played out of the graveyard to give a big Crackling Drake haste. We have some Shocks, and then Blitz of the Thunder-Raptor, which is a premier removal spell in this deck. Basically deals damage equal to the instants and sorceries in your graveyard. This particular build and something I want to see, I've opted for slightly more escape cards. I want to see if that plays negatively with the Blitz. So that's something I want to try out here. So we have some Phoenix of Ash. It's a recursive threat on the top end that can pump itself and just keeps coming back. Evasion's very good against the Cat Oven decks, so going over the top. We have Sprite Dragon, which can just win games on its own sometimes. Just being able to pump it up a few times, you can hit him from there. Do I want Embercleave instead of this Ox? That's something we could try out. I may want Embercleave. I kind of just want Embercleave to Embercleave, but we'll test out the Ox, see how it goes. Crackling Drake as well. Mana base, some duels, and some Fabled Passages. Sideboard, Soul Guide, Lantern for cycling decks, cat decks, stuff like that. Aether Gust when we need it. Disdainful Strokes, very good against Yorion decks. Some Dragonfires because we need to maximize the amount of times we can hit a Narset. So that's something to play in. And then 4 Mystical Disputes as we move into more of a combo control style deck. Question is, do I want Sailor? There's a couple options. We'll play around with it. Some other things we can play in the deck are like Brazen Borrower. We can play Bone Crusher Giant as well. Maybe we go like this. Because the more I see it, let's play it like this. There's too much escape. It's going to make this worse, and we need to be able to kill things on curve. Let's try it like that. So we are Diamond now. So we'll play some Ranked Ladder. We are on the floor. Let's see how it goes. So what this deck would really want is another cheap Cycler. We had a lot of the cheap red mana, like 1 mana red ones. Crash Through, stuff like that. That would really accelerate this type of deck. But what you really want is like this on 2. Opponent goes first. I'm on the draw and I have an Opt. So I have 2 draw steps to hit another land. The rest of the hand is pretty good. So I think we keep. Opponent's on Kahira, which most likely is Fires. So they have the best start for the deck, which is a Boreal Grazer on 1. So ideally we want Ominous Seas. This matchup will get better post-board when we can bring in Disdainful Strokes and Aether Gust. So we don't want the Opt here. Okay. So this turn I'm just going to Bone Crusher the Kahira. It makes this Grazer a little worse. That's not nice at all. Okay, so we're gonna have to try to get stuff into the graveyard pretty quick. I need to turn this Blitz on, so let's do this. So Blitz is up to 3 now. If we can draw one more card, or one more land, I can Radical Idea and play the Blitz out here. Otherwise, this is a pretty formidable clock. How many lands? Well, that's unfortunate. 1922. Might want to go up a land. Excuse me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We just pass for the turn. I'm gonna discard a Phoenix. This interface is terrible right now. So I have the Blitz for this, and then I have a Stomp. Or a Shock. Why are you being so glitchy? This deck's a lot worse when they have Ember Cleave. Okay. You know what? I could have shocked their face, and then before that resolved, it would have put 5 in the grave. So I think here I want to hold up. They can have Cavalier. Okay, let's just pass the turn. Because what I can do is Radical Idea if they don't play out anything at instant. Okay, that's fine. They can't attack in this turn. So they had a bunch of Fire Prophecies in hand. I can Blitz this afterwards. I want to try to draw a land here. Wow. Oh. Let's just do this now, so I don't have to discard. So this is kind of an anomaly that we've drawn 19 cards and hit 3 lands. Fires is troublesome. Nah, lands are overrated. So bring in the strokes, bring in the gusts. I think that's... So maximize velocity we don't particularly want. In this matchup, the Royal Scion's pretty bad. Probably can forego these Phoenixes. Like, I think we're gonna try to win with the Seas and just like get one of these down early and then go from there. This is a big enough threat that at least it could trade. And then Bone Crusher is a way we can deal with Resolve Ceratops. Do I just want the Scorching Dragonfire? Problem is a lot of their stuff's 4 toughness. Alright, let's try this again where we draw lands. Not draw 19 cards, 16. This game I'm all going to draw as lands. Well, I got Gust. I think I want either a Disdainful Stroke or some sort of removal. Okay, well that bodes well. They never saw the Sprite Dragon game 1, so that works out for us. So I'm going to hold on here. We have Aether Gust, and I have the Shock. So if they just go Ikoria, that's fine. I think we get rid of Drake right now. I want to keep this for Ikoria. Another land's great here. Oof, and seas. Actually, they have Brontodon, so let's hold off on seas. Interesting they brought that in against us. You can take a turn off. How about that? So this is much more how the deck should be played out. We might be able to kill them this turn. Let's get a red source. So let's thrill here. That's 8. Oh, I just never drew. Nah, they give up at this point. Probably shave the Bone Crushers, bring in the Phoenix. Do I want the Dragonfires? Like, the problem is everything's 4 toughness. And then they're on the play, so I don't think we want Mystical Dispute. Let's just prioritize removal. I can use Dragonfire in unison with something else just to get some extra points of damage in. Can also deal with an early Arboreal Grazer if they try to like mutate. Hey Titans fan, how's it going? How's the Nihilist treating you? So unlike that other game where we had an early threat, this one's going to be more reactionary. Oh, sorry. Is this any better? So we'll just pass the turn here. I use my stream setup also for my work from home. So it tends to be... I'm going to make them redraw this for the turn, and then we'll Disdainful Stroke it. During the day I work from home here, and then in the afternoon, stream time. Here I'll probably get another blue source, just our hand's pretty blue. And this starts giving us a threat. So if they go fires again this turn, just not let them draw an answer. Yeah, this deck's been fun. Like, I play it a lot offline, just when I'm doing like dailies and stuff. Dragonfire is fine. If we get this big enough, if need be, I can target my own thing with Dragonfire, just to put an extra pip on. Disdainful, yeah, they're pretty much dead. Disdainful Stroke's really good in the format right now. take a look. I think I want an extra land. Do we cut? What are we at? 22. Our curve's pretty low though. But we do want to play multiple things per turn. So maybe we cut these Bone Crushers, go back up the Drake. And then just go up another island. Let's drive back like that. I always get like really aggressive with the curves on these decks. The other options for like flash threats, maybe Octopus would be good here. It lets us draw. Actually, that'd be good because we could draw cards and it's recursive. Well, this is the opposite of the first game. Playing against a Lurrus deck, so we're going to want some sort of removal. Yeah, probably Octopus instead of Crackling Drake would be good. Okay, this hand's much better. Gonna put away a mountain, I think. Against Lurrus, we need to be mindful. If this is red-black Lurrus, they can claim our token pretty easy, as well as our Sprite Dragon. This is cycling, most likely. No Fox on one's good. So match one, we're probably pretty unfavored. We can bring in Graveyard Exile. Get in a Fox on 2. They're gonna have the... I think we just need to race them in the air. Next turn, hopefully we draw Untap Source, and then I can go Seize into Opt, and then try. Well, it's not even Ursa, just, what's it called on the other side? The artifact. As long as you control the graveyard, their solar flares become a lot worse. Flame Sweep's also something I should add to the sideboard. Yeah, I need to retool this after. Go up a couple Flame Sweeps, and then should be enough. Because like at this point, this is too big for us to deal with. Probably not going to get Blitz big enough. Opponent is using the clock. So probably drop the Drakes, add 3 Octopuses, or actually 4 Octopuses because we could get rid of the Maximize Velocity. Let's see what we have on top. That's not what we want. Wow, Arena's leggy. Taking another 5 this turn, if not more. Yeah. We're not going to win this one. Not answering the Fox early. Dragonfire, Soul Guide Lanterns, and Disputes. I don't think Seize is good in this matchup. Get rid of the Maximize Velocity. Royal Scions can also probably come out. And probably a couple Drakes. Run it like that. Cycling game 1, a lot of times you're somewhat of an underdog if you don't have counters main. They'll just have the redundancy. We don't have board wipes either, so it's hard to catch up. probably try to mill aggressively to Soul Guide Lantern. Or if we can have a quick start. If I could get Izzet to work, I'll be happy. It's a quick deck regardless. You're playing a cycling deck. What are you sideboarding? This is a keep. I'm going to scry on 1. Oh, is this Urza? Oh yeah, I guess it is. I thought it was Druza and Zim, or the old card. Shock's good here. Alright, so professional Magic player. Professional Magic player. Here's my shock. And now we should be able to control their board pretty well. This turn we go Phoenix. So it basically turns off their Solar Flare. They can gain some life, but we should be able to race them. On turn 3, they're not really going to do much. It's the post on turn 4 with Solar Flare that I want to start holding up counters. I can go opt this turn as well, see what we draw. Okay, so they have the Fox. We need to find an answer for this. It's still probably right playing the Phoenix there. We have 2 draws. We have the Dragonfires. We have the Blitz will be big enough because we can play Opt as well. This is very annoying. Every state-based action. We have Thrill of Possibilities. I think we need to dig further. How about a land? Gonna block here. And then hold up Dispute if need be. If not, I might just cycle the Soul Guide Lantern here, since we drew another one. I could pump this so they have to cycle a bit here. This kind of forces their hand. They can't commit more to the board at least. They have to do it. Oh, I guess they have to just do it 2 times. Come on, Martin. Yeah, so make the change for Octopus, put Flame Sweeps in the side, will help with this matchup as well. second fox. Not good. Yeah, okay. Fell too far behind here. Let's make those changes. I think in general, like go wide aggro is usually an issue for this deck. So let's get rid of the Crackling Drakes. Let's get rid of the maximize velocities. Play Octopus. And then go up another Blitz. I think run it like that. Sideboard. Run Flame Sweep. Run it like that. I'm gonna give Arena a quick reset. It's a little bit leggy on my end. If you haven't checked out the daily deal for today, you can get an Ikoria pack for 600 gold, so it's like 40% off there. Slither Wisp's also the card decal for the day. Alright, let's try out this version. I like spent a bunch, so I wanted to build Winota, and then I realized I was short a Winota, so I ran out of Mythic wild cards, so I spent a whole bunch getting packs, and now I can't afford any of the daily deals. Oh, this hand's awful. Alright, we'll keep this. Going back on top. What are we playing against? No idea yet. So let's put the Blitz back. It's pretty bad right now. Yikes. Aggro. Well, now I feel bad putting the Blitz back. I'm not going to show them more. They're going to get too big right now. Let's go like this. Royal Scion's out. On the play. Trim a couple C's. And possibly a Thrill of Possibility. Go like that. There's no, like in that game they're already ahead on board. Our blockers aren't good. Our deck's not meant to block, so we need to be... Okay. It's not a great hand, but I'll keep it. Having an answer on one. Okay, we can wait on the Gutter Bones. Jeez. So we'll do this. Sea Dasher can hopefully catch this Fervent Knight. Ah. Well, we are on the Monolandra. Probably should have mulliganed more aggressively. They have War Boss. This is just Rakdos aggro. No Lurrus. Flame Sweep, Flame Sweep. How about a land? Alright, let's fire. We're on bottom of the floor. Let's just fire it up again. 23. We were playing 22 and got stuck, so we went to 23 and now just draw the lands. The nice thing about being on ranked floor of a level, you can take the losses pretty easy. So the main switch we did is we dropped the Drakes and went some Octopus. Want to see how those go. With Octopus, we might want Sailor though. Because like Sailor will allow you to go on top. maybe we cut the seas. Or trim down the number of seas. Alright, we'll see how this game goes. So probably, guess is the Bant version. Seems like a different take on it. So this is worse against the Teferi this turn. Nah, let's do this. Because the thing is, if they play Teferi, they minus on this. Okay, so it's just Charming Prince. This might be like just Bant Blink. So I can try to draw another... I think we just play this out this turn and then start cycling next turn. And make Sprite Dragon better. Can I just play like Gruul all day? Okay, we got the Goose. And Destiny. Oh, this is probably Gyruda. I haven't played too much more of that particular list. Sorry, just let me figure out this turn. So I'm gonna go Radical Idea. Got Scions afterwards. See if they block here. I haven't played too much more of that red-green list. Titans is still in. I know he was working on a couple Gruul lists as well. With all the like Elspeth Conquers Death, it's been a little tricky. We are at 8, so we need to be mindful of that. I did a Bosch Mono Black Nullhide Ferox. What is this deck? Let's get rid of you. Just never drawing lands. We're taking 6 anyways. So this is an Aether Gust matchup. Flame Sweep, probably not. Disdainful Stroke in. Scions can probably be cut. It's been feeling pretty lackluster. Yeah, so if you go on aetherhub.com, if you look up MTG Joe, so if you find any of my deck lists, you can just find there. Every deck list we play on stream or we brew up is always on the site there. Let's get rid of a thrill. So I play it over there. Otherwise, any of my YouTube videos, we usually... Perfect, thank you. So if there's ever a deck video with it, it'll be embedded in there as well, so you can always catch it there. So probably just go tap land, hold up Sea Dasher. Do I want the Blitz? Probably not. I think this is going to be the record for the deck that gets tweaked the most as we play through games. Let's see if they tap out here. Okay, they go Knight of Autumn. So they probably put counters on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash in Sea Dasher, and then I can Aether Gust this back on top. And then I can attack in with the Sea Dasher so I can draw a card. Would have preferred to put this on something with evasion. So if they go 4-drop here. Okay, put the knight at the bottom. So Paradise Druid. Don't need another view. Okay, we got Sprite Dragon. So I can go... I think we just get Seas going, to be honest. And then I hold up... doing this in case they want to like force a Mystical Dispute. See if they trade here. So I can flash in another Octopus. Elite Guard Mage. Let's counter that. Okay, and draw another Seas. I think we just go Sprite Dragon here. If we drew a land, it would have been good because I could have gone, put this on top and then hold up Stroke. Deputy. Sure. Let's see what they deputy away. I think we just cycle here. Try to find an answer. Just pass the turn here. Can get this big enough, hopefully. It's very much as Bant cards our opponent owns. Don't want them to have the card advantage there. So I think we scry here, see what's on top. Then just pass the turn. I can Radical Idea away this. I think if we're just going on the try to power up these Seas plan. And then what I can do here, so they can blink their Deputy, which I'm surprised they didn't attack first. With the trigger on the stack. Cast this. I can make this pretty large now too. This is a reason why like Cathartic Reunion wouldn't be that good. Now I have an 8/8. Now we're just drawing all our lands. I want to thin out my deck, but we'll hold another land in case we could draw a pitch spell. Another Deputy is kind of annoying. My lord, Arena's glitchy. So now we've drawn 10 lines. They go a Yorian attack. Interesting attack. Do they have like Brazen Borrower? Blitz is actually really good. Aether Gust. So I'm going to do this. I might have been able to do it on their turn. I'm going to do it on their end step. See what they do. Goose. It's just banked blink. They have the Aether Gust. Aether Gust kills us anyways. Okay. Let's try to find an answer now. Another Blitz would be good. Now we just draw all our lands. Okay, so if we do Brazen Borrower maybe. These Scions aren't working for us. Let's do Spectral Sailor. Try this out again. These Yorion piles are just like crazy value. I'm gonna keep this. Mari's. Okay, we got the Goose. This could be Elementals. Just take them off Mana Accelerant. Next turn I can scry and then pitch away another one. I think we want a removal spell or like an octopus. This might just be Gruul aggro. We got Grazer, so they're missing land drops. So I can go Phoenix here and then hold up a Sailor as well. This lets me push through at least a point of damage. Sailor's already felt a little smoother here. Lets us be a little bit more aggressive in nature. Because they're playing Umari, then we know they have to have creatures. They can have Bone Crusher Giant here. Stomp the Sailor. They don't. Mind you, if they had Bone Crusher, they probably did it on Phoenix. Voracious. Just gonna fight the Sailor. Let's do this. This is another way we can put a bunch of counters on it. So they're gonna have the Umari this turn. This is probably a matchup afterwards that we're gonna want Disdainful Stroke Aether Gust, obviously very good against the green red deck. Flame Sweep, probably not. Okay, so now we got Octopus to get the engine going. Ooh, quite a few lands. Let's play out the island. Let's attack with both. Whichever they don't block, we'll throw the Octopus on. No! I was thinking it was adventure. Now they're gonna come out of it. Feels bad, man. Take the block this turn. See what we draw first and then kind of make up our decision what we want to do. Octopus just gets chumped. Let's just hold back this turn. Can get an 8/8. We're still 3 turns. I could pump this up to at least trade with one of these. So this turn we probably just throw this in front of a 4/5. They won't have cleave based on the composition of their deck, being Amari. This game goes a lot different. We draw at least 1 extra card to get out of it. Ravager Worm. Well, looks like I'm chumping. I need, like, not that. Starting to think Izzet might not be good. Seas are probably okay in this matchup. Sea Dash or Octopus could come out. Sailor's probably still reasonable because it's a flash threat. Sprite Dragon could get big enough. These Phoenixes seem pretty bad. Flame Sweeps aren't supposed to be in here. Run it like that. Today's a day where we're just drawing both ends of our mana base. Just a lot of lands or no lands. 23 lands you'd expect with all the cycling effects. You'd be able to draw to like a reasonable density. I think every game we've played thus far has been a slightly varied version of the deck. Took down Gruul Fires the first game and then I've lost every single one since. I think all we need to do with the deck is add whites, play 80 cards, add Luca, and then take it from there. Okay, I'm going to keep this Sailor on 1. Seas on 2. So no Grazer on 1 is good. And then just hold up this Disdainful Stroke. Well, That is not good. That is not good at all. They brought in the Destiny Spinners. Blitz in this particular instance, showing why it is not very good. In the early game, Scorching Dragonfire very much would have got us out of this issue. Here they go, Mari, even Garen Bridge. And they got the Great Horn, draws them a land. Guess I could still make an 8/8. Got Radical Idea. So let's start with Radical Idea. Oof. So we're on blocking duty. Problem, Radical Idea doesn't play well with Blitz. This Destiny Spinner completely tore apart this hand. Now it's just mocking us. Oi, ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let's get rid of these blitzes, play some Scorching Dragonfires, run it one more. Call it a day. Sea Dasher's pretty bad. Run the full 4 Cs, play the Scorching Dragonfire. Let's play Brazen Borrower. Octopus has particularly felt terrible. Alright, we're going to end on a winning note. We started on the basement of Diamond. We will hopefully be 2 wins more of the basement Diamond. Great start. Sure, why not? Let's go down to Brazen Borrower. We are playing Yorion. So since we hit the second land, I'm going to go Sailor. So ban to Yorion. This is going to be a Growth Spiral turn for them. Omen. Brazen Borrower is probably just going to have to be a beat stick. We don't need 2 Dragonfires. This turn's probably just going to be Thrill, discard Scorching Dragonfire. No Teferi. Ooh. Ooh. You go away forever. So you can go trigger on the stack. the exile. So because it sacks itself, Scorching Dragonfire just says if this creature would die, exile it instead. That's a great draw. Probably just going to throw this down to speed up the clock. So we've evolved into some like weird mashup of Izzet Flash. Are we better served as Izzet Flash? Maybe. We shall see. Charming Prince. Ikoria. So the problem is they can Yorion, bounce the Ikoria. So this is just 4 color. So you want to take the Charming Prince off because then they get in these weird loops where they just recycle everything and anything. Here, let's go Sprite Dragon. So they're going to go Yorion. They're going to target the Ikoria. I'm going to bounce the Ikoria back to their hand. Acolyte of Affliction. This one's a pile. Like, these are just greedy lists at this point. I don't want to particularly thrill this away. They do here. If they target this, they just gain 3 life. Let's do this. Make it bigger. That's what keeps happening with this deck. You just get like weird mixes. Yorion's gonna blink this and they go to town with us. They may be trying to play around like Mystical Dispute. Like even in this matchup, I don't know if Mystical Dispute's good. We go Prince. We're going Yorion. Basically, Yorion will blink this. Yorion comes back. Charming Prince bounces that. Then it's a whole lot of fun in games. The C's are fine. Disdainful Strokes. Shocks are reasonable. Probably don't want the Spectral Sailors. Just want like as much instant speed as possible. Because the problem is I need some aggression. Okay, let's get rid of a couple thrills. And a Brazen Borrower. All these Yorion piles makes it impossible to play any sort of aggro style deck. That game, the Lucky Prince gained them 9 life Othakaya gain them another 3, and then they just get into a loop where they gain... What are these hands? Keep. We're going to opt on 1, seize on 2, dispute afterwards. Going to try to find some removal. Don't want another land. Okay, we can go seize into seize. They didn't see these in game 1, so... Mind you, we're probably going to get Deputy of Detention. So, question here, like, do they have Deputy? Because if they have Deputy, then I get burned really bad. But if I wait a turn, I can hold up the Mystical Dispute as well. I think we just be patient here. We have Dispute for whatever their play is this turn. Just keep them off an attacker. Okay, that's fine. Our hand just falls apart without having out this thing. I think here now we do this. If they don't play it, then I'm going to cycle this seize. They're just doing something to kill this. Let it die. This might just be gain 3 life. That's interesting. I would have targeted this for sure. I think we just passed the turn. If they don't play, I'm going to Radical Idea, Radical Idea. They might just have another Mythos. They need like Burning Earth or something like that in this format. Just something to punish like really greedy mana bases. There's no downside to be playing 4-color nonsense. Let's do this. Just be mana efficient. They have Mythos. Now we get punished for discarding the Sprite Dragon. And we discarded our other Ominous Seas, so we're pretty light on win conditions at this point. Don't want them to get the Mythos back. Let's just opt here. It's actually not terrible. So if they try to escape Uro next turn, we can double dispute it. And then this puts in enough that even if they escape burrow, I can exile it. Just hold the land. We're pretty dead here. Everything they're doing just gives them a card or gains them 3 life, or gives them a card and gains them 3 life. They get Yorion back. Yorion blinks this. You go through, hold it. Yeah, we're not beating this. Gives us a turn. But like, we're not progressing the board. This is actually pretty good in this style deck. Okay, well, it's a clock. Don't particularly want to bounce anything. But like, they're at 30 life. I need 10 attacks with this. They need 6. I can't bounce this, otherwise it comes back. I need to hold this to bounce the Uro. And this deck gains so much life that like a normal aggro style deck won't really do much against it. Alright, let's try to race. 1 point of damage in. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, no more Izzet. No more Izzet. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting. If you want a good deck list, this deck's very good. Jun Croxa. It's a very good list. Play something like this. Come back. This one's kind of dumpster fire. Got Abzine Graveyard. I'll try out more of a Reanimator style shell. So there's some other decks to play. I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I appreciate the support, and have a great evening or day, and stay safe out there.